Mr Speaker. I'm pleased to support the Civil Aviation Cape Town Convention and Other Matters Amendment Bill, and I want to begin my comments with a couple of remarks. Firstly, to welcome the support that opposition parties are giving to this bill in the House, and express my regret that the opposition does not find its way clear to support other significant pieces of legislation that this government has brought to the House. What most particularly comes to mind is the significant tax cuts that this government is to deliver New Zealanders on the 1st of October of this year. The second observation that I'd like to make, Mr Speaker, is that the Select Committee was well briefed by officials on the significance of this bill, and if memory serves me right, I think that I was there. Oh, the memory serves me very, very well, Mr. Sorry, I just forgot your name. Apologies for that. Hughes, Mr. Hughes. I apologise, Mr. Hughes. Memory serves me very, very well. Sometimes, not so good on names of Labor Party politicians, however. But as I was saying, Mr. Speaker, I think from my recollections, I was the only member of the committee that actually asked officials for explanations, and I was particularly interested. And I was particularly interested. Am I wrong, Mr. Chairman of the committee? No, I think I'm right, indeed. What I was particularly interested in knowing was whether this bill, when it became law, would reduce the need for lawyers to become involved in this sort of thing and for litigation to occur. I'm pleased to report to the House, Mr. Speaker, that I was assured that there would be a considerable less need for lawyers, less need for litigation, and, Mr. Speaker, that was good enough for me. That was a good enough reason for me to support this bill. But of course, and listening to the interjections coming from some corner over there, Mr. Speaker, I'm almost inclined to the view that we could do with a few less lawyers in this House as well. After all, our job is to make the law, not pontificate about it, and there is a big difference. The member who has just taken his feet. What this convention is all about, Mr. Speaker, is the financing of mobile equipment. And by mobile equipment, we mean things like aeroplanes, aircraft, railway rolling stock, even space assets. That's what the bill is all about. And what it is designed to do is to make the raising and repaying of financing in order to fund mobile equipment like aircraft much easier. Because at the moment, if there is a dispute over, for example, payment for a lease, it can involve more than one jurisdiction, a whole pile of other laws, and far too many lawyers. And what this is designed to do is to simplify that process, give much greater certainty around that process, not just to those who lend the money, but also to those who borrow it. So there will be greater certainty, and the ultimate objective, of course, is to ensure that those who are lending the money no longer require a premium charge to account for the risk that they have to take. By the reducing of that risk, the raising of funding to finance mobile equipment like aircraft should be simpler and it should be cheaper. And of course, a country like New Zealand that depends on aircraft, more so than many other countries in the world, anything that makes that dependence cheaper is to be applauded. Mr. Speaker, I commend the Civil Aviation Cape Town Convention and Other Matters Amendment Bill to the House.